What's going on, guys? So I got myself some of the new GM tow mirrors, and I'm gonna be wiring them up because this one's come with both of the clearance light and the turn signal. They're both turn signal the way they're wired up from I got them off of eBay. So I'm gonna be cutting the wire that comes into here, and I'm going to be attaching some diodes and a resistor. And the resistor I'm going to be using is a 470 ohm resistor because I got two kinds. Because the videos I've seen on YouTube, one guy uses 68 ohms and another person uses 470 ohms. So I have two little test things here. This one on the right side has the 470 ohms. This one has a 68 ohms. And what the resistor does, it lowers the power going into the battery. To the light. So it'll make it dimmer or it'll give it its full potential. So this one on the left side is 68 ohms. This one's 470. And I'm gonna see if I can show you guys. So you guys can see the difference of the lights, which so as a running light, you guys can see in the camera the right side is dimmer than the left side. 470 ohms on the right side, 68 on the left side. So as a running light, the way I'll hook it up, I'll show you guys once I have the mirrors in the truck. I'm gonna use the 470 ohm because it'll make it dimmer. So as a running light, it'll look dim like this, but then once I turn on the turn signal, it'll flash as bright as this. So it'll dim and bright and get bright, dim, get bright, dim, and get bright every time it turns on for a turn signal. And that'll be for the clearance lights. This one's on the back of the mirror. So I'm gonna set up my diodes and my resistors together, have them hooked up already, and then I'll disassemble the mirror and I'll show you guys how to do that, and we'll go from there. Alright guys, so to pull off the glasses on the mirror, all you have to do is pull. Well, we start with the top one, and it's held on by these three metal clips. Those metal clips grab onto to here, down this other side, and then on the bottom. So you gotta do is just really pull it out. After you do that, the bottom one, same deal, grab it from the top, pull it out. And what I came to find out is that this one, that the lights are not hooked up together. You have the turn signal in the front here for vehicles that come already with turn signals. My truck doesn't, so I need to run my own turn signal wire to here. And then the other light is just a clearance light. But this particular mirrors that I got, they ran three wires. The blue one is for the clearance lights in the front. The black is ground, and the white one is the reverse. So, and they ran it through the mirror, so it's over here at the end of the harness. It's a different plug, and they give you an extension already with this kind of plug. So you just run your wires up to that extension, and then you just hook it up to here. But my turn signal wire is this red one here in the middle, and then is this black with the white stripe right here on top. That's the ground for it. So what I'm gonna end up doing is cutting them here, and I'm gonna run my own turn signal wire from the truck because my truck doesn't have one, so I need to run my own wire for those two wires. I really doubt GM put a harness that came with it, but I mean, you never know. But I already know that those two wires are for the LED in the mirror, and then the blue one's for the clearance light. And what I'm gonna end up doing, since I removed those, and I gotta remove 4 screws, 2 on the bottom, 2 on the top, to remove this cover, and then I'll be able to see those wires. And then from there, I'm gonna be able to cut the blue wire and hook it up to the red wire. And then I'm also gonna hook up there my little setup that I got here, 2 diodes. This one with the resistor, the 68 ohm, no, the 470 ohm resistor. This one's gonna go into the running light. So here, this end where my pink is at, goes into your running light wire. This other side is gonna go into my turn signal wire, which is gonna be the red wire that I have coming out from here. So this red wire is gonna hook up to here, and it's gonna hook up to the LED in this mirror, and it's gonna hook up to the clearance light. And then this resistor with this diode is gonna go into the clearance lights and into the clearance light and into the blue wire that goes to the harness. So I can have that function there. So I'm gonna hook it up, and we'll take this apart, hook it up, and then I'll show you guys what I did. Okay guys, I'm gonna try to show you what it will look like when I have the running light on, and then I'm gonna hook up the turn signal light, which should give it more power, and the LED should shine brighter. So, and then I don't know if you're gonna be able to see the top LED on the glass mirror, but and it's not perfect guys. I'm doing it with my hands and trying to watch the camera at the same time, or my phone because it's not a camera, but you guys can see how much brighter it gets. So the way I did this, I cut the wire that goes into the light on the bottom, or this clearance light. So I cut that wire, and then luckily I don't have to run any wires into this housing because the wires are already ran for me. Like I said, this blue wire is the running light, and this red with the yellow line wire, the red with the yellow line, it's the turn signal light. So I cut the turn signal light before the mirror. I cut the clearance light, and then I have my diode and resistor set up. 2 diodes, a direct diode going from the turn signal into the clearance lights to turn it into a turn signal light, and then the running light with a resistor. So instead of giving it the full 12 volts, it's going to give it a little less, so it's going to be dimmer. So that's coming in with power. It's a running light, and then you have the diode again, and they both connect together into the running light. So it gives it power as turn signal and gives it power as running light, but the running light is dimmer because of the resistor. And then I solder everything together, and like I showed you guys now, I tested it. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that to the other side. And I have my little bare connections here, and like I was telling you guys, this is the plug that comes with the lights, with the mirrors, and it comes with extra wiring so you can run your wires to wherever you need. And I took off the red with the yellow line from the plug because I know my truck doesn't have turn signals, so it's not gonna have the correct harness on there. So I also I broke those lines off, the ground and the other wire, and I'm probably just gonna leave them like that. I don't think they'll be touching anything or anything. I'll just put some electrical tape on that. So I'm gonna do this, and then I'll go into the truck and I'll show you guys I guess how to remove the doors and where I ran my wires to. Alright guys, so we're going to be taking the door apart to install the mirror. We need to access this little section. That's where the 4 bolts are. But we can't remove this unless we remove the door. And then we need to access the harness because we need to run the new wires through this little boot. So you need to remove this trim piece I just grabbed from the bottom, pull out. And those little metal clips, sometimes they stay behind. You want to remove those and install them on your piece, or else when you put that piece back in there, those little metal clips are going to go into the inside of the door and you're going to be screwed. After you do that, there are, I believe there is, how many were there? I don't remember. There's a screw in there. They're all 7mm. There's one in there. I don't think these are it. And then there's two up here. One behind the door. You got to remove the little pieces with a little hook. And then there's two under the door. You'll see them under there. And then I believe the door just pops up. And then we got to disconnect the metal cable that holds for the handle, and then undo the wire. So let me undo the door for now, and then I'll show you guys. So after you got those bolts out, you want to pull out on the door. I started from this side, just pull firmly and it'll pop out. And what you want to do is get the edges out, because after this you're gonna have to push it up or to clear this lock, and then you got to undo the wire harness and then the other wire thing for this. Alright guys, so to remove the door, you'll have this thing holding the door in place. So what you want to do is push down on this. It's like this, so you push it down, you pull it out, and then you're able to get the little ball out from the door. The door harness is a latch. On the latch there's a red button. You push it, you pull the gray tab or whatever it is. It's big, goes across. Pull it, and there's a black little thing that you press, and then you just pull out this harness. Then here you're able to undo the harness for the mirrors, which plug into there, and then you're able to see the screws that hold the mirror to remove it. So you can just remove those now. Alright guys, so I ran my wires, and it was a pain in the ass. I cut a small hole in this grommet, threw it in through there. On this outer grommet I made another hole because I couldn't pass it through here because there is like a plug here. So I just taped my wires together, and there's another grommet up there. You guys can see it in there. I ran my wires through there with a coat hanger. Well, actually you don't even need a coat hanger. You can see the light of that hole if you remove that little plastic cap. You can see it from inside. And I solder my turn signal wires here, and the rest is that little plug that came, the extra wires that came with it. So I ran it inside the cab as I'm putting the door back now. And if the metal clips, this metal clips came off with the door, remove them and just put them back on the door, on the metal part. They just slide down. And then the seal, you want to put that as well on the door itself. And this panel, we're just gonna slide it up so we can put the locking thing in there, and then it just pushes back in place. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and then I'm gonna get started on the other side. Alright guys, so I just got done installing the wires for the lights, for the mirrors, and I'm gonna show you right now. But first I'm gonna show you where I hooked up all my stuff. I know there's gonna be some comments already. Oh, you're wiring and blah blah blah. I'm surprised your truck hasn't caught fire yet. But this is where you guys are gonna plug into. The brown and the black one are for the turn signals. Black one is the right one, and it's the thick green with what was it? I know it's pin number 3 and 4, and same with on the brown. Well, you're gonna plug into those. I'll post a link on the description where you guys can see where exactly which color wire is for what. There's gonna be a forum, and you guys can read where each wire belongs to. And then my reverse lights, I plug them into the brown. The reverse is also there. This is where the whole truck gets power from. This little blocks. So the reverse is right there. I'll post the link on the description. You guys can see where it goes as well. My ground, I grounded it to all my other lights that are inside the truck, the step lights, and everything works. Let me show you guys. Oh, my running light. I have this switch here that I had done a long time ago to kill my running lights. So that's where I hooked up my the mirror running lights. There's no hyperblink, guys, luckily. I'm happy there's no hyperblink on this. I didn't have to run anything additional. So as you guys can see, running lights, the running light on this side, and this is dim. It's not at full brightness because of that resistor that I put. And I'm gonna turn on the turn signals, or I'm gonna turn on the flashers so you guys can see. They're off, on, same on the other side, on, off. And I'll show you guys that the front side is also blinking. Since it's dim and then it gets full brightness, so I have turn signals there as well. I think it's pretty cool. And then let me show you guys the reverse. Or it also works when you when it's night and you unlock the truck. It works as well. You can see the LEDs on. Same on the other side. I'll park it. Reverse. So there you guys have it. That's my tutorial on how do you install those new tow mirrors on the GM trucks. It's the same for GMC or Chevy. They're both practically the same. They both have the same wiring on the bottom. So there you guys have it. Stay tuned until the next one.